Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's topic is regarding what can you expect to be taking place within your life throughout this current week ahead, beginning today, Sunday, May 3rd, 2026. So there are going to be three groups. The timestamps for each group can be found in the description box and the comment section below. If the readings and messages resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments if you choose. For all of my subscribers and returning viewers, as always, I love you, I thank you, I appreciate you. For newer viewers, welcome, and if interested after this video, you may return to the channel. There will be other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your readings. Welcome to your reading group one regarding what can you expect to be taking place within your life within this current week ahead, since we're already in the week, since it's Sunday. I've already pre-shuffled and pulled the cards, 5 cards from one tarot deck, 3 clarifiers from another. I will highlight these cards and then we will get into the reading. First card out, 4 of Wands, followed by the 10 of Pentacles. Temperance, followed by Emperor, and then Justice. Bottom of the deck energy is Judgment. Clarifying energy is the 6 of Swords, followed by the Ace of Wands, and then Temperance. Bottom of the deck clarifying energy is the Page of Pentacles. Does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages should apply no matter what. So for this group, this seems to be a very smooth and pretty peaceful, harmonious week. There is something that I feel maybe there was some sort of injustice or some sort of unfairness or something that you've been waiting on to balance out. It could be in reference to your finances, to your living situation, to your job. It could even be something to do with family. But it seems like this week is when things are starting to kind of work in your favor. With Justice out here, that is a card of fairness and balance. It's a card of maybe all the energy you've been putting out with the Page of Pentacles, everything you've been investing your time and energy into, whether that's a relationship, family, money, career, yourself, whatever it is. Maybe things have been a little bit toxic or a little bit imbalanced or stressful. And what's happening this week is Justice is now coming out in the upright, which means it's coming out in your favor. You're finally getting balance. You're finally getting maybe a decision. If there's been some sort of legal situation or a decision that's been up in the air, some sort of inconsistency about information, then maybe the ruling or the decision or whatever this is, it's going to finally come to a culmination, if you will. It's going to finally come into a decision or a stabilization that's going to be in your best interest. But I do see that there is a flow in perhaps money. You may be getting a spark or a sense of motivation this week with this Ace of Wands. Maybe things have been a little bit slower moving and kind of in transition. And then what's happening with the Ace of Wands is all of a sudden something just comes out. Now, some of you could potentially be having a celebration that you're attending this week, a reunion, a work event. This could be you going out and having fun, spending time with family, or spending time with coworkers or a romantic partner. But it just seems like it's going to be a pretty quiet week. Where there, with the Judgment cards, it's usually something difficult from the past ends, and then there's a beautiful, positive new beginning. And then you have the Six of Swords, also a card of transition, leaving behind what no longer serves you, things, people, situations, toxicity, and finding yourself transitioning into a better direction where things are smoothing out. But you have Temperance out here twice in both card pulls with Justice and with the Six of Swords. Yes, this is a peaceful week, but there may be some good news when it comes to your finances, some good news when it comes to moving. If you've been planning a move or you've been wanting to leave a certain environment, maybe you're getting a job or finances or some sort of response that's going to allow you to either move right away or to plan up to that point. But this looks like a week of good news. It looks like a week where there's fun, there's celebration, there's a lot of laughter, there's a lot of maybe extroverted energy. So you may be socializing a little bit more this week than maybe you have in the past or in weeks leading up to now. You're going to be basically taking on more of a disciplined energy, maybe when it comes to finances or a situation that has been, like I said, a little chaotic or topsy-turvy. Maybe you're going to be taking over and kind of bringing justice into your own life. But there could also be like a father figure or a husband or a judge or a lawyer or some masculine energy with authority that is going to be playing an instrumental role this week in bringing justice into your favor in one way or another. Or you're getting justice in reference to some sort of emperor that may have been treating you unfairly or that may have been causing chaos in your life, right? It's going to play out differently for each of you. But I do feel like there is some sort of good news when it comes to career or finances for some of you. Others of you, this is a living situation, family, or your own creative passions. But you could be feeling, again, very attractive this week, very sexy, very inspired. You could find yourself getting up and getting dressed early and dressing yourself up, doing your makeup or getting a fresh haircut, changing your style, taking more pride in yourself. But I do feel like there's others that are involved in your life quite a bit this week. With the Four of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, that's a lot of energy around family, but to me, it's also can be an energy around romantic partners, around a community. It could be around career. You could be getting an unexpected inheritance this week, or some unexpected windfall of money, or some unexpected ruling that will grant you money that maybe you've been trying for, been waiting for. This may be just be coming out of nowhere with this Ace of Wands, but something is sparking motivation in you. Something is restoring your hope, your optimism, your joy, your peace, your harmony this week. And it is in reference to a specific situation. And for each of you, that situation is going to be different. But you're leaving behind whatever has been chaotic, anyone that has been chaotic, whatever has been a long, difficult journey that you've been experiencing recently or even over the last few years. But this feels like something that's been going on recently. Whatever that has been, it's clearing out this week, it's smoothing out. Things are coming to a balance. Things are reaching a I'm not going to say a stalemate because there's more movement, but there's definitely an energy here of excitement and fun and more reasons to laugh and just live in the moment. There's a lot of flow and fiery energy, but in a good way. Maybe where there was a lot of chaos before or instability, it was disruptive. Whereas now, this kind of more intensity and passion is fun, it's happy, it's joyous, it's something you would welcome, and it still will allow you to maintain peace, calm, harmony, and joy. Because what's on the each side of that Ace of Wands is a Six of Swords, peace, healing, calm, smooth transition. And then what's after is temperance, peace, healing, calm, beautiful balance. Pentacles, Page of Pentacles at the bottom. I feel for a lot of you, it is your money and career or some sort of financial energy that's pertaining to family, pertaining to you within a family you had, or something pertaining to a career or creative endeavor. There could be an emperor that comes in to help you, as I mentioned before. Yeah, this one's straight to the point. This looks like a pretty good week. There's a very calm, patient energy here. There's a beautiful energy of discipline that has come in or that is coming in, and either you're bringing that in or someone else is coming in to help you. But there's forward movement in something that I feel may have been at a stalemate or may have been uncertain leading up to this week. For some reason, this feels like waiting, like you've been patiently waiting for something. You've been investing in something or putting time and energy into something or someone or a group of people. And finally, you're getting back your good karma with justice. Finally, things are coming in your favor for all, because justice is about the energy you put out, you get back. And it's in the upright with all of these positive cards. So whatever energy you've been putting out where it's not been reciprocated, or you've been continuously receiving the bitter end or the short end of the stick, no matter how beautiful of an energy you've shown up in, no matter how much you've invested, whatever that is in reference to, this is the week where you get a breakthrough. And it seems like a smooth, easy breakthrough. It doesn't feel like you have to do much to get it. It looks like you've been doing all the work already. You've been doing all the waiting. You've been doing all the inner work, all the healing. You've been showing up as the best version of yourself, regardless of what has been going on. And now it's time for you to reap those beautiful rewards. So you're going to experience some fairness this week. Somebody ruling or making a decision in your favor. This could even be you getting chosen for a job, something to do with your creative passions, or being chosen for something in a legal situation is being chosen in your favor. You're being chosen in that situation. I'm very interested because this one does feel like a lot of different energies, even though it's a straightforward message. The energy feels, I would say normally that it feels like it's all over the place, but it doesn't. It just feels like a lot of things going on at once, but they're going on in a way that ties together seamlessly. And I love that for you. So I'm going to leave it there. If it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you and have a beautiful week ahead. Welcome to your reading group 2 regarding what can you expect to be taking place within this current week ahead, beginning today, May 3rd, 2026. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled the cards. Generally, I pull 5 from one tarot deck, 3 from another, but for this group, you actually got 6 from the original card pull and 4 clarifiers from another tarot deck. So I'll quickly highlight what has come through and then we'll get into your reading. So the first card out is the Two of Swords, followed by the Nine of Wands, and then the Seven of Cups, followed by the Four of Cups, and then the Three of Cups, followed by the Three of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Cups. For your four clarifiers, there's the Death card, followed by the Four of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Cups. Final card out is Judgment. Bottom of the deck clarifying energy is the Two of Cups. Does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages should apply no matter what. So this is quite interesting. For this group, a little bit of a mixed bag. I do feel like this week is a week where you may find yourself maybe towards the end of the week or at some point during this week receiving some sort of an invitation or invite to some sort of a gathering, reunion, celebration, party. Um, but I feel like for this group, with this Four of Cups coming out before the Three of Cups, maybe you've been in a hermit mode recently, or maybe you have pulled your energy back from a friend group or a community or just mixing and mingling. But with the Knight of Cups, I feel like there's a romantic offer, or there's somebody from the past for some of you, like a friend or relative, or somebody that you've kind of pulled your energy back away from coming in to make an offer, or you've had your energy pulled back all this time and now you have a new tribe coming in or a new cup of love coming in from someone else. But I feel like for some of you, whatever this offer is, you may not be interested in it right away. Maybe you will, if this is romance, for example, maybe some of you will friend zone this person and maybe align them to a Three of Cups where you just get to know them. And maybe it's something that moves forward quickly because the Three of Cups into the Three of Wands makes me feel like this could be a situation where you go out to a celebration or you go out with a group of people or you go out with a friend and then it turns into something more. Like maybe you meet somebody with this Ace of Cups and there's a passionate attraction right away, or maybe this is a friend or somebody that you've known for a while, and then they let you know that they're interested in more. It could be different for each of you, but I am feeling like with the Two of Swords, again, there's a difficult decision that you're facing this week. Or maybe for this group, like I said before, Two of Swords into the Nine of Wands, Seven of Cups, and Four of Cups denotes somebody that is withdrawn. Maybe there's been a lot of options, you've had a lot of options or a lot of people that have maybe been trying to get you out of your shell, or you've had a lot of romantic options or potential offers with the Seven of Cups. But with the Four of Cups, you haven't been interested in anyone because with the Two of Swords and Nine of Wands, maybe you have had a very difficult experience in relationships, in friendships, or in a specific connection. And maybe with the Death card and Judgment, you've taken some time to really focus on yourself, go within and heal from this energy. Because with the Four of Pentacles and Knight of Cups, you were holding on to maybe the idea of maybe somebody coming back in better than before, and having a Two of Cups with this energy. But for others of you, it's whatever you were holding on to, whatever lack of healing or hope you were holding on to somebody in the past. I feel like you've either let it go or you're letting it go this week. And it's going to open the door for a potential soulmate meeting with this Two of Cups. Because in the first card pull, you have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and in the clarifiers, you have the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And then you have the Knight of Cups coming in with an offer. So again, with that Four of Cups, some of you are not going to be interested. But I think slowly this is a situation that will grow into more. For others of you, there is a past energy that you have been withdrawn from, right? Who's been making multiple offers to you, and you've not wanted to see that offer, you've not wanted it, you've aligned them to friendship. But I do feel like if this is somebody coming back in from the past because of the energy out here, that you may tentatively, for some of you, take this offer, or you may slowly start to get to know this person again. Because Three of Cups is a reunion. The Death and Judgment is an energy of the past that was more not in a good kind of dynamic, not a positive dynamic, that now shifts and then things move forward more healed, more evolved in a more positive direction. And then there may be a new kindling of things. Otherwise, this is a newer person. And that's why I said in the beginning, it's a mixed bag, because for some of you, this is just simply you coming out of your shell. This is simply you finally wanting to get out with the Three of Cups, Three of Wands, maybe traveling or potentially getting an offer to travel this week or go out of town or go to a gathering or just have fun and explore. And that may come towards the end of the week, or the offer may come this week to move forward and do that. But I do feel like there is, maybe starting the week or leading up to this week, you've kind of been down and out or in your own head, in your own space, detached and closed off from other people, other energies. And then you're going to find that things start to shift, maybe very quickly this week, because Three of Wands is fast movement. But I do feel for others of you, there is a romantic offer. There is some sort of romantic offer either from the past or somebody new. And I do feel like it's going to be a very intense and passionate connection right away. You can meet a friend of a friend. You can meet somebody at a gathering that you're invited to, or somebody from your past comes in. Again, it's becoming repetitive. So I think I'm going to close this one out here because it seems pretty straightforward. But it does seem like you have reached or you're reaching this week a completion of healing from something from the past, whether you were married and then divorced with this Two of Cups, whether there was a cup that you were waiting on to from somebody from the past that you seemed as valuable and having, the ability to be more, having potential, something you're letting go of, and it's either going to bring someone else in that you can have a beautiful Two of Cups with, or it's going to bring in this person that you were healing from. And they're more than likely going to come in more healed and transformed as well. And that'll offer maybe a potential new opportunity. And for those of you where it's not romance, it is friendship or some sort of soul tribe. There's something that is getting you out of the house this week, or an offer comes in this week to get you out of the house moving forward. But it does look like a good time. And it does look like a good time and maybe traveling or fun that you have been needing for a while. Feels like a very healing week for this group, very healing in a beautiful way. Yeah, but I'm going to leave it there. And if it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you and have a beautiful and prosperous week ahead. Welcome to your reading group 3 regarding what may you be able to expect to be happening within your life within this current week ahead, beginning today, Sunday, May 3rd, 2026. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled the cards. You have 5 cards from one tarot deck, 3 clarifiers from another. I will highlight the cards and then we'll get into the reading. So the first card out is the Nine of Pentacles going into the Six of Pentacles, and then the Page of Cups going into the Queen of Wands, and then the Ten of Cups. Bottom of the deck energy, Five of Wands. For your clarifiers, you have the Ten of Cups going into Temperance, and then the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck clarifying energy is the Ace of Pentacles. Does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy, the messages should apply no matter what. But there's a lot of good things happening this week. Honestly, somebody in this group, probably most of you or a number of you, should be expecting some money. Okay, there's either a job that you're offered, there may be a promotion, there may be an inheritance, some sort of unexpected money. For some of you, this is money that you've applied for, assistance of some sort, for maybe a business loan or for help with family, or maybe help for yourself. But there is seemingly some kind of funding or financial abundance coming in. For some of you, you don't expect it. For others of you, it's something you've been working for or waiting for. There's maybe a promotion or a new job or transition. But this week with this Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands energy, for this group, you're going to be feeling very invigorated. You're going to be feeling motivated, inspired. For a lot of you, you could be feeling very sexy, very attractive, very in charge, very in your element. Like you have been preparing for this week, if you will. Like Five of Wands at the bottom suggests that there's been chaos, and it could be within the family because we have the Ten of Cups out here twice in both card pools. But the Five of Wands here would be like people coming up against you. Now, there could be maybe people that have been coming up against you in a situation where you have been trying to be an anchor and helping in a situation where there's been people challenging you. There could be people coming up against you because of the money you're getting. Maybe they want it, or maybe they feel like you don't deserve it. For others of you, you've been doing something from a heart space with the Page of Cups. Like you've been taking care of others or giving to others or investing in a job or a creative endeavor, and you have not maybe been expecting anything in return. And now you're getting what you've been working for. The Nine of Pentacles is about everything that you've put in finally coming back to you, finally getting the fruits of your labor. And for whatever this Five of Wands is, whether this is energy you've been experiencing leading up to this week from family, coworkers, or some group of energies or people, that calms this week. If there's any issues that come up with these energies about this money, about this job, about this um, financial abundance, or whatever this is coming in, that clears out as soon as it starts. Because I'm noticing that the Ten of Cups ends the first card pull and the Five of Wands is at the bottom. But when we go to the clarifiers, the Ten of Cups picks up from the previous Ten of Cups, and then temperance, harmony, balance, peace, healing, calm comes into play. And then the Ace of Wands comes in, which is now more fiery energy, but its ability to be able to move away from that negative fiery energy from before. And there's an Ace of Pentacles coming out, meaning that maybe this financial abundance allows you to move away from a toxic environment, leave a toxic job, or it allows you to promote. And it's like maybe with the Five of Wands, there's been people trying to stand in your way or coming up against you, but now you're able to elevate up out of that space. There's some sort of movement, something coming in that's helping you to finally get your payoff, finally get all that you've deserved, all that you've worked for. And as the Queen of Wands energy, doesn't matter your gender, but the Queen of Wands basically quickly, seamlessly, and effectively overcomes and shuts down Five of Wands energy. So this week, you're going to be standing your ground. And whatever this Five of Wands energy is, these toxic people, rumors, lies, gossip, arguments, disagreements, obstacles, whatever that is, you are effectively not only rising above it, but you are becoming victorious over these energies, because the Queen of Wands overcomes obstacles and challenges, and she looks good while doing it. So again, you may be feeling very sexy this week, very inspired, very motivated. You may have a surge of energy this week. You may feel like you can take on anything, and you may be overcoming any and every obstacle leading up to this week, or that may arise this week. And I feel for a lot of you, it is to do with family. It could be any other community. It could be due to work. There's somebody that was standing in your way, or somebody trying to block you from achieving something, or from getting something, or making your job or whatever you've been investing in and taking care of, trying to make it harder for you. And this week, all of that goes away. It's similar to, but very different. Very different. There's a different energy here. I felt like this very calm, peaceful energy in group two. And even though the temperance is here, this week feels for you like it's one of more fun and excitement. So I'm sorry, similar to group one. This one is similar to group one, but there's some sort of difference here. You could be starting a new hobby this week. You could be putting out some sort of new passion projects this week. You could be starting a business. There's a loan, business loan or something you've put in for. There's some sort of financial assistance some of you have put in for. Others of you have been maybe just taking care of, or being generous, or giving of your time and resources freely, right? With the Page of Cups, from a heart space, from genuine, pure intentions, not expecting a payout, but it's maybe been a lot for you. Maybe it's taken a lot from you financially or energetically. And then, especially with all these other people or these obstacles in your way, has caused you to be distracted. But if anything, those energies have actually turned you into a Queen of Wands. So you are overcoming something this week, if you haven't already. But there is finances or some sort of a career opportunity or promotion. There's something to do with money, something to do with maybe even your living situation. You could be having some sort of gathering this week where you're going to spend time with family. Maybe you're taking a little bit of a break from work for some of you, so you can make more time for family, more time for yourself. For those of you who have been taking care of others and giving excessively of yourself, this week you're going to make time and going to have some sort of financial help or financial situation in your favor that's going to allow you to pour more into you. Because the Nine of Pentacles is also about being able to pamper yourself. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who does take very good care of herself. Some of you could be starting a new hobby or gym or fitness routine this week, or deep diving a little bit deeper and more intensely into some sort of physical efforts that you may have already decided to do or you have been doing. Or you're going to just be going out more, having fun, taking more time for yourself this week. Some of you may even be stepping into dating, but this feels more like money and family career and family or some sort of community. So I am interested in knowing what this is. You don't have to tell me, but this specific reading here is hitting very close to home for me. Now, everything I've named, maybe not, right? But there are elements of this energy that feel like it resonates with me. But I'm feeling other stories outside of that aspect that I've went over. But there is something to do with money this week. There is something to do with family, and there could be a reunion. There could be some sort of healing in family. There could be some sort of peace within a family dynamic or within a community where there was once chaos, things start to settle. And with the Ace of Wands, maybe that instead of fighting and arguing, or where there was a lot of disagreements, now there is fun and excitement, like a passionate new beginning, where now you're able to have fun with these people, or the toxic energies are getting out the way somehow, or you're shutting them down or moving away from them in one way or the other. And now those that are meaning you well now are able to mix and mingle with you. You're able to mix and mingle with them, and you're able to have fun. So like I said, you could be going out more, traveling to family, traveling with family, traveling to a gathering or event. There could be a wedding, there could be a party, but there's a lot of happy moments, a lot of happy time. If you're married, you and your partner could be traveling. You could find a spike in your intimate connection this week with your partner. You could also be seeing some success and financial growth when it comes to whatever you're doing creatively or business wise. So if there's something you've been working on, maybe you're finally getting a breakthrough from the financial portion of whatever this passion project is. And like I said earlier, for those of you who have been investing a lot of time in family and friends and you haven't had time to tend to yourself, this week the fruits of your labor come in and you are able to do so. So for each of you, it's going to play out different, but either way, this is looking like a really good week to me. Even with that Five of Wands there, for some reason, that feels like past energy. For those of you where it is something coming up this week, it feels like it leaves as soon as it comes in. It doesn't feel like something that's going to last long. Because I'm not feeling drawn to the card. I keep feeling drawn to this Temperance and Ace of Wands. So there's peace and harmony, but there's fun and excitement, maybe a lot of movement this week. Maybe you have a lot of responsibilities on your plate, so it's going to cause you to have to be in this Queen of Wands very busy. This feels like a very busy week, but it feels like a week of a lot of payoffs, a lot of rewards, a lot of blessings, a lot of positive outcomes. But you still will have time to be at ease and enjoy yourself, time to yourself, enjoy life, and enjoy time with those close to you that you love. And for this group, I feel especially you deserve it. I love that for you. So I'm going to leave it there. If it resonated on any level, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you and have a beautiful and prosperous week ahead.